What is up, guys? Doomwake here, and welcome to another video on the channel. Today we got something a little bit special for you. We're going to be playing some more Hidetsugu Consumes All, but in a slightly different fashion. So the card that we're going to be showcasing here, as you can see on your screen, is Grief. Now, there was a lot of debate on when Grief was first introduced into the Modern format. Most of it was joking. There was some Reddit threads about Grief and Ephemerate and how ridiculously powerful that was, that they were going to give us Unmask with legs, but the card never really had its time in the sun. You know, it's been on and off here and there over the past couple of months, and there have been various attempts at Grief Ephemerate in certain shells too, because obviously with cards like Ephemerate, that's what makes Grief a lot more powerful. And we're doing something a little bit similar, just not quite with Ephemerate. So we're utilizing the elementals from Modern Horizons 2, which allow you to pitch a card from your hand, evoke them, so you get to play them for free, and then they die when they enter the battlefield. Typically used with at the aforementioned Ephemerate, but today we're going to be utilizing those with other sort of effects like Ephemerate. So we're going to be using Feign Death and Undying Malice. For all intents and purposes, these are the exact same card. We're playing 8 copies of the same card. Basically, it says when your creature dies, you get to pay a black mana, target a creature. When that creature dies, it comes back to the battlefield tapped with a +1/+1 counter. So you can imagine, you turn 1, Grief, exile a black card from your hand. Triggers on the stack, you always want to put the evoke trigger on the stack first, and then the discard your opponent's card trigger second. So you resolve the discard, look at their hand, take their best card, and then before the evoke trigger, Feign Death your thing, comes back, you get another trigger off of the Grief. So that's the synergy that we're utilizing. Also incredibly powerful with Fury, because you can essentially get 2 separate Fury triggers. You can clear an entire board. I played a game against Tron where my opponent had a card on 10, and I went Fury, evoke Fury, get it back, deal 8 to your card, and then finished off the card, and pretty smooth sailing from there. So that's kind of the synergy that we're trying to abuse with this deck, and the rest of our cards are pretty much what you would expect to see out of a Rakdos mid-range deck. We have 4 copies of Seasoned Pyromancer, really picked up in popularity now that Luris is gone, Thoughtseize, Ragavan, Terminate, Dreadbore, a lot of usual suspects. We also have 3 copies of Blood Moon, because we are a Ragavan deck, and our black requirements aren't that really that heavy black. When we get to the sideboard, maybe it's a little bit different, but at least game 1, you don't really ever need to hardcast Grief. Sometimes it comes up, but most of the time you only need access to 1 black mana, and you have Ragavan to give you additional black sources anyways. So we're utilizing Blood Moon just because I think it's a really powerful card in the format, and this deck, you know, when you're playing a mid-range deck like this, you want to kind of play a lot of haymakers. Blood Moon is that haymaker. And another new card that we have here, I'll make this a little bit bigger so y'all can see it here, Hidetsugu Consumes All. Now, I've done a couple videos with this card, and I have been beyond impressed with this card. It just seems like every single matchup, I find something new to do with the card. Obviously, the first chapter, very powerful, kills Sigarda's Aid, Colossus Hammer, Death Shadow, Ragavan, DRC, Saga tokens, you name it, Hardened Scales, just there's infinite number of things that the chapter 1 kills, which is awesome, but that's not even the whole reason you're playing the card. Second chapter, exile all graveyards. If you can get it in play before your opponent can play something like a Murktide Regent or a Living End, can be very powerful to make it so they can't play that card further down the road. And then on top of all of that, if that wasn't enough value, you just get a free 3/3 that grows. It's basically a Raging Ravine if you know the boomers are familiar with that card. The other really sick thing about Hidetsugu Consumes All in this deck specifically, well, there's 2 things. First, the small one, it's a gold card, which pitches to both Grief and Fury, which really helps the numbers on Grief and Fury, because you can get a little bit, you can end up with not enough colored cards to pitch to those cards. The other really insane interaction that I really hope comes up in this video is that if you have a flipped Hidetsugu Consumes All, Vessel of the All-Consuming, and your opponent goes to, say, Lightning Bolt it, or it dies in combat, you can cast Feign Death or Undying Malice, so when your Hidetsugu, your creature, dies in combat or to the Lightning Bolt, it comes back as the Saga, which means you get another chapter 1. So if you're playing against Hammer Time and your opponent you play the first Hidetsugu, they kind of get they reestablish their board because their deck is really good at doing so, and then they slap a hammer on a thing, and you're just like, okay, chump block, Feign Death, it comes back, all of your stuff's dead again. So I really hope that interaction comes up in this video, because that is an insane interaction. I really want you guys to see that. And then just noting the last couple of cards here, we have these, which are effectively lands. The really nice thing about these cards is when you're playing with Grief and Fury, they are essentially lands that allow you to get more colored cards to pitch to Grief and Fury. Obviously, entering the battlefield tapped on Rebirth and Hazard is kind of awkward, but these are the ones that are most castable because they both only cost 1 mana and usually have a pretty relevant effect in the game. So, you know, with Rebirth, it's essentially the 9th copy of Malice and Feign Death, because essentially it's obviously worse than those cards because you lose 2 life and you don't get the counter, but it's more so just colored cards that also happen to be lands. Mana base, nothing too fancy. Blackleaf Cliffs, Shock Lands, Fetch Lands, a Den of the Bugbear is our one kind of Miser's utility land. Moving on to the sideboard, we got 2 Collector Brutality for the burn matchup, 2 Turok, mostly here for control, and 4 color, 4 copies of Dathi Voidwalker. This is a card that is really good against Cascade. Living End, obviously, it's insane against them. Even against Rhinos, a lot of times what happens is if you play a Voidwalker and they play a Footfalls, you can then sack your Voidwalker to get your own Footfalls, and now you can just trade with their Footfalls. So it essentially just trades 1 for 1 with a copy of Rhinos, which is pretty good. Not a lot of cards do that except other than counterspells. 2 Magus of the Moon when we were playing against Tron and other Urza Saga decks, 2 copies of Kolaghan's Command when we're playing against Hammer Time and other artifact-based strategies, and then Fulminator Mage, mostly here for Tron, but also good against Saga and Amulet. So that is the deck list. I am super duper excited to showcase this to you guys and see if we can get, you know, sort of showcase the full power of Hidetsugu Consumes All, because this deck is utilizing all parts of the Buffalo with that card. But I won't make you guys wait any longer. See you back here in just a little bit for round number 1.
Well, I don't have black mana. Well, I do, but it's turn 2 black mana. So this hand's like a turn 2 Grief Feign Death on the draw. I think it's good enough. It would be really awkward if I thought to use this Rebirth, but also if I just draw an untapped black source, this hand's broken, so. I think it's like one of those high upside keeps. Okay. Now the question is, do I Grief them or do I Fury them? This is really tough. I'm not really sure how I'm supposed to play this hand. Okay, what if I went Marsh Flats, Grief, Pitch Rebirth, Malice, and then next turn I have Fury, Pitch, Pyromancer, Feign Death. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this hand's just cracked. Yeah. So we can even get basic too. So we can go Grief, Pitch, Rebirth. Yeah, this hand's nuts. And we can just leave them with their creatures. Like, I can just take these 2 bolts, then they play a second creature, and then I Fury them. Oh my god. Does both of them come play tapped? Yeah, okay. Alright, take your bolt. And you may proceed. So now their hand is Swift Spear, Metamorphose, Iteration. Yeah, this hand is gross. Mm-hmm. Well, this should be an easy game. Alright, let's go attack you for 4. Why not? Might as well. So I go to 16. And then we get to go Fury, Pitch. I think I'm going to pitch the Fury, because if I draw a red source, I'd rather keep the Pyromancer. So let's go Fury, kill those. Feign Death the Fury. Target nothing. No, your turn. Rackham, thank you for the 2 months. Appreciate you, buddy. Anytime. Glad to help out. Hope your tournament goes well. Or if you've already played the tournament, hope your tournament went well. You scam people now. Not me. Like, I learned from the best, okay? You scammed me last night, now I scam people. You want them to play Storming Entity? Me too, because then they would probably still die. It's the last time you saw somebody cast a Storming Entity. Hi, Canister. I'm actually playing, believe it or not, I'm playing a Master Duel tournament tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to stream it. I guess I probably will, if people will watch it. I'll probably stream it. It doesn't start till 3. I'm going. So the thing is, I'm gonna have to cut the stream off short tonight because I'm going to a concert. So I'm gonna feel like shit tomorrow morning after when I get back from the concert. But I'll probably still stream the Master Duel tournament because it doesn't start till 3:30. So. No, I've been playing a lot. I've learned most of the relevant cards. I mean, this kind of sucks that they killed this Fury. Looks like they're going to. Yeah, so the last card's Iteration. We need to land badly. Do I grief their Iteration and then just hope to draw Red Source? I think I have to. I think I have to grief their Iteration. Like, it doesn't feel great, but... I'm going to see Glassjaw, Life of Agony, and Incendiary. Okay, that's a good draw. And then next week, I'm actually going to another concert, which is going to be Fit for a King, like Moss to Flames, Polaris, and then a few opening acts. I don't know much of the opening acts, but... Actually, the band, I didn't even realize we were listening to this song. The band that you're listening to now. There's kind of no point in dashing Ragavan because I guess it forces the dart. I don't know, I'll force the dart. And then I can just play Den. They've gone through 4 bolts. Are they not casting Lava Dart? Hello? What? Did they just forget about the Lava Dart? Well, forgot about Dre, I guess. Forgot about Dre. They forgore. They forgore. Alright, we're playing against Prowess. Playing against Prowess. Brutality seems good. Blood Moon seems bad. I don't want any of these other cards against Prowess. Maybe Turok? Maybe Kolaghan's Command? All these cards kind of suck. Maybe like one Kolaghan's Command? I don't really have any other good options. No, I'll just play one Kolaghan's Command, I guess. Alright, go. E4 Alright, game 2 against the Prowess Menace. So this hand, I can go turn 1 Ragavan, make them commit into a Hidetsugu's. It's like kind of borderline, but if I draw a black card, I can grief their Iteration, and then like this should probably be good enough to win the game. So I think it's fine. It's not the best hand in the world. Like, obviously the 4th land kind of sucks, but... Here, actually, I'll play you guys a Glassjaw song. Oh, I drew a Thoughtseize. Should I lead on Thoughtseize or Ragavan? I think I should lead on Thoughtseize, right? What Glassjaw songs do I have on here? All the good ones? Alright, this is the band I'm going to see tonight. I fucking love this band. People whisper, it makes her nervous. I think I have to take that one. I'm not gonna pitch the grief here though. So after, yeah, I'm gonna see these guys tonight. They're playing with Life of Agony and Incendiary. I've heard of Life of Agony. I haven't heard of Incendiary before though. This is their 20th anniversary tour. I've only seen Glassjaw once before, and it was 10 years ago. I have seen them before, and they're insane live. Do I live a life of agony? No. So their last card is Lava Dart, right? I'm wondering if I should dash Ragavan, because they have to, like, it forces the dart either way, so it makes me take less damage next turn. And also, the cool thing about forcing the dart is if, like, let's say I don't cast the Ragavan and they draw it light up the stage. They just get to go dart light up the stage. Whereas if I force the Ragavan, they can't do that. You know what I mean? I think it actually makes sense to force the lava dart. It seems weird, but I could also pitch grief beforehand and they can't dart me, but they would just dart me in response and then I still can't dash the Ragavan, so. Right, they also don't have mountains to flash it back, so forcing it now is not that bad. Like, that's fine. I'm okay with this exchange. Unless they draw exactly Spell Pierce, but I can grief next turn. I think I'll grief next turn, just in case they draw Spell Pierce. It was all downhill after that. Oh, I'm sorry, Pat. Oh, well, okay. So, yeah, I guess I'll play around Spell Pierce and probably win the game. Oh, don't even have to play around Spell Pierce. Alright, chat, is this Hidetsugu Consumes All card good? Explain your work. Every time I've cast this card, it's felt, like, ridiculous. This card is so sick. It's so nuts. It's good against everything. I haven't found a matchup where it's bad. I've yet to find a matchup where it's actually bad. I mean, obviously, like, there's combo decks where it's not great against, but... Yeah, Tron, I guess. I mean, even against Control, like, exile their graveyard, it might mess up with Deluge, and getting a threat, like, exile your graveyard, make a threat is not that bad against Control. It's not great, but it's not the worst. They're gonna fire off the dart? They are. Oh, I guess they're gonna exile their graveyard, so they kind of have to. Yeah, maybe you can get a Shark token sometimes. Okay. Let's get a basic. I just want to put a body into play. This is kind of awkward because I might have to end up paying 2 for Fury next turn, but I can also just play the other Grief. Like, they have no cards in their hand. Like, even if they draw a removal spell to kill Grief and I go to 6, I just get to go flip this play this tapped. It's, like, kind of whatever. They have to draw, like, Iteration into land removal spell, then I go to 5. I'm still probably winning even if they do that. Okay, well, now the game's over. Alright, flip this bad boy. I'm just gonna attack and then hold back 2 blockers. Yeah, I don't really think there's any coming back from this. Alright, your turn. Weekend after St. Patty's Day means corned beef ash. Oh, yeah. I got some leftovers. Yeah, that's why I didn't stream on Thursday. I went to see some family. We had corned beef dinner. It was dope. Corned beef is so good. Corned beef is just, like, the nut. You gotta make sure you gotta get the corned beef brisket, though. If you get, like, there's other variants of corned beef, like I don't know what the other ones are called, but, like, it's like something round cut or something. That one's shit. You gotta get the brisket. Yeah, point cut's awful. Yeah. Vapor Snag. Do they realize I'm just gonna cast this again? Oh. I mean, whatever, I'll just go to 5. They don't have outs, right? I guess I could have traded if I was just gonna play Fury, but I don't think they have outs. Yeah, if my plan was to do this, maybe I should have traded. It doesn't matter. They have no cards. I'm at 5. If I had to choose between Main Deck Rebuke, a Portable Hole, and a Blue-White Urza Shell, what would be better in my opinion? Main Deck Rebuke or Portable Hole and a Blue-White Urza Shell? Kind of depends. Are you more of like a... What exactly... Are you like the Thopter combo stuff? Or are you just like a value mid-range deck? It's only my second league with it, but... Okay, no Grief. But I do have Thoughtseize, Ragavan, Blood Moon, so I think I'll keep. Haven't tuned in, got a person at work, so I've been busy. How's the deck been feeling? League number 2, but it's felt good so far. Second league that I played this deck. First league on stream. I didn't play I played a league off stream last night. How much different was your list than, like what was the differences? I don't really keep up with the creativity decks, so I don't know what the differences are. I'm going to play Ragavan here, because then I assume they're going to kill it. Now, next turn I can just go Thoughtseize Ragavan. We're playing this in the challenge. But for those of you just tuning in, fair warning, I don't think I'm going to be able to finish the challenge today, because I am going to a concert later. So what's likely going to happen is we're going to probably play like 5 or 6 rounds of the challenge, and I mean, I might just be dead by then anyways, but I likely will not be able to play all rounds of the challenge. I'm going to see Glassjaw, Life of Agony, and Incendiary. It's Glassjaw's 20th anniversary show. Okay, I'm obviously not going to moon them. I guess I just scam them. Should I have Thoughtseize first? No, because if they had Dead Gone, they would have cast it, right? Yeah, there's no way they have Dead Gone. Alright, Outbursts, Force, Shardless. So I can take the Shardless, Feign Death this, take the Outburst, leave them with Force. Could I guess Thoughtseize the Force? I don't really have to. Is it even worth Thoughtseizing the Force? Probably not. Like, the Force is almost irrelevant, right? What situation is the Force relevant in? Oh, I guess I could just Blood Moon them and cut them off blue next turn. Okay, yeah, I guess that's fair. Okay, I'll Thoughtseize the Force to cut them off blue. If they draw a blue fetch land, this gets awkward, but... I guess I can't Blood Moon them. They have the Boseiju. Okay, that Thoughtseize was probably bad. I shouldn't have cast that Thoughtseize. I swear I saw Glassjaw back in, like, 2001. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they said 20th anniversary. Blood Moon is a ramp spell? Yeah, kind of. Sorry if this says already. Here's our Feign Death over Undying Evil. I think with the Evil. So the reason for Feign Death over Undying Evil is because with the Saga, when you deal damage with the Saga, it gets counters. And when you get counters with the Saga, Undying Evil doesn't work anymore. So Undying Evil, once you've attacked with the Saga, you can't Undying Evil it. Whereas Feign Death and Undying Malice don't have those restrictions. That's why we're choosing to play those cards. Specifically because of the Saga. Yeah, I guess Blood Moon is a ramp spell. Ooh. A Fury. Alright, well, cast this. How close are they to Rhinos? 3? If they draw a Cascade spell, I'm probably going to lose, but... So they besiege you that, that's fine. I guess I'll just get the extra swamp. So it all depends on whether or not they draw Shardless. Okay, Misty Rainforest. Okay, that's interesting. Attack for 6. That's kind of like Fury Protection. Yeah, that's actually not too bad if they find Fury, because then I can just get the Grief back. Should I cast it? I mean, there's no reason not to, right? I have a lot of bricks, but... Yeah, like that. Alright, whatever, cast it, I guess. Go. You also get the Feign Death twice, so that Grief is going to die. Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah. That's also another good point. Is like, once you've already cast Feign Death, Undying Evil no longer works on that creature. Whereas Feign Death and Undying Malice don't have those restrictions. What's up, Atashi? What about the one that's a double-faced land? I have one copy of that as the 9th one, but, like, it's an ETB tap land, right? Like, I have one because I wanted 9 copies of that effect, but, like, you know, these four lands are really just to shore up the Grief Fury numbers. Like, obviously, this card and this card entering the battlefield tapped are awful, but the cool thing is these are, like, the 2 most castable of the ETB tapped one, because they're both 1 mana and have a reasonable effect. So it's like, I don't think you ever want to play more than 1 copy of each of these, but it's mostly here just to pad the Fury and Grief numbers. Alright, so we're playing against Rhinos. Voidwalker is excellent against Rhinos. Not sure I like any of these other cards. Blood Moon is hot garbage. And I think Dreadbore is pretty bad. At least terminates an instant. Is there any chance I want Brutality? Brutality is not very good against Shardless Agent. I don't know. I feel like Turok is too slow. Well, the problem with that, Hitachi, is Turok is an expensive play. You know? Like, we're already playing a lot of 3-drops. What's the deck of the weekend? I don't know. Definitely not this deck. This deck's sweet, but I don't know if it's actually that good. I'm gonna try this. For the MDFC cards, do you count both sides for color identity or just the front face? What do you mean? I don't know if I understand the question. Ragavan, Hidetsugu, 5 lands. Hidetsugu is really good against them, especially on the draw. I'm going to try this. This hand's a little sketch, but I'm going to try it. Yeah, for exiling, it's just the front. Interesting. Still going to lead Ragavan. What's the blowout, Dead and Gone? I mean, Dead and Gone's not even that bad. Because, like, the thing is, if they have Shardless, they're going to play into Hidetsugu's. So. Okay, that's fine. Unless they just have no spells left. Gonna watch any SCG Indie Flesh and Blood coverage today? I've never played a game of Flesh and Blood. 2 Rhinos, huh? Okay. Thoughtseize you. They have no spells left. I'm gonna play the Ragavan here, because I can guaranteed get in 2 hits before they get to these footfalls. I know it's kind of awkward with this, but, like, what's gonna happen is I'm gonna let the first one resolve, and then take a hit, and then after the second one resolves, then play this. Please don't trust Shardless. Or Violent Outburst. Don't think I can beat either of those cards. Oh, come on! It's just Borrower? Borrower's fine. Fire? Okay. Alright, go. Awkward. Yeah, the Saga's insane. I'm going to let them cast the first Rhinos, let them cast the second one, take a hit, and then just clean up the board. It's actually a pretty good draw to, like, bridge the gap, too. Especially if they drew Forest this turn and then draw a blue source next turn. Okay, cool. So now we know we can't get Forest. Well, I guess we can get Forest if we wait 2 turns, because they could draw a blue source, then Forest, but we know they have a Forest. What's the best combo deck in the format right now, in my opinion? I guess if you call Amulet a combo deck, which I think you probably should, then Amulet. So they played the Forest. Alright, I'm going to do nothing this turn. Just going to pass. Nothing to see here. I don't really consider Creativity a combo deck, though. Creativity is more of a control deck. I think that's a big misconception. Creativity is a control deck. Okay. Oh, that's so sick, because if they drew Outburst, they're going to cast it now. Okay, well, they just drew nothing, I guess. Bang! Chat, Hidetsugu Consumes All. Hidetsugu Consumes All. When I say all, I mean all. This card is so broken. Every matchup, it's just a 10 out of 10. This is when they draw a Violent Outburst, I get punished, but... Okay, exile all graveyards. Combo with my Aghanim's Awakening. We're going to do an Outburst check. That's not an Outburst. Is that cute? Hidetsugu is nuts. More people need to start putting this card in their deck. Yeah, I mean, they horribly flooded, but, you know. They got, like, horrendously flooded. Trying to get Grief banned again? I thought it already was banned. Are you sure it's not already banned? Oof. Yeah, they drew a lot of lands. They drew a lot of lands. Lots and lots of lands. Alright, 2-0. Let's go. And then you open hands like this and then question what you're actually doing. If Blood Moon's good, this hand's not bad, but I'm going to ship it. Okay, this is better. I think I put back the second Ragavan. It's either the second Ragavan or the Blood Moon. Maybe given that I'm on a 1-laner, I should just put back the Blood Moon, which is better if they kill the first Ragavan. Yeah. Because I'm just going to lead on Ragavan. Yeah, challenge starts in about 40 minutes. Do I like Aghanim? I like it as an untapped black source that also pitches to Grief. That's literally all it's there for. You never cast it. At least I've never cast it. Memnite. Memnite. How much do I slow roll this Fury? I think I'm just going to Thoughtseize them, play the Rebirth, and pass. And then I can try to just go nuts with Fury next turn. Man. Alright, I'm going to take Hammer. The question is... I'm not going to attack here. The question is, do we play the Fury next turn, or do we wait for the second Paladin? I think I might just wait for the second Paladin. Let's see what we draw. Okay. I think I'm going to pass here. Yeah, I think I'm going to pass. It's a little greedy, but... Undying Malsard is awful. No, it's not. Okay. Don't even have to cast the Spike Field Hazard. I maybe should have played this last turn. I could just play it now. It's not a big deal. They didn't even need me to show them the Malice, huh? They're just off it. Alright, sure, I guess. They're just off it. Didn't even need the Malice. Doomwake bullying? I'm always bullying. Alright, what are we doing against Hamatam? I feel like Fulminator is too slow. I understand that it kills Saga. Same with Magus of the Moon. Like, do I even want Blood Moon? Maybe the card I should cut is Pyromancer, because it's really slow. Do I, like, how many moons do I want in this matchup? Because I could cut all the Pyromancers and just play 2 Magus. And just go 3 Magus, 2 Moon, or 3 Blood Moon, 2 Magus. I don't know. Big Moon is poo on the draw. Yeah, like, that's kind of what I'm thinking. No, the challenge hasn't started. I started the stream early because I know I'm not going to be able to finish the challenge because I'm going to a concert tonight, so I wanted to start the stream a little bit early and play some leagues. You think Magus is better than Blood Moon? Yeah. But maybe I just don't want any of that on the draw. Like, do you want Fulminator against them? I don't know. Like, I guess I could just do this. But now I'm at 59. Maybe play one Turok just as, like, a decent blocker? I don't really know. I feel like my sideboard plan is not good in this matchup. I don't think I have enough cards. I mean, I think the matchup is probably good because this card is insane against them, but... Ragavan on the draw is trash? Yeah, it is, but, like, would you rather have Dothy Voidwalker or the Stone Rain effects? None of these seem that good. But I agree. I think I just don't... I think my sideboarding is, like... I just don't have enough cards to bring in, basically. I think Turok. We'll play one Turok. I guess I could have cut a monkey for a second Turok. I mean, if we go to Game 3, I'm going to change my sideboarding up a lot. Like, I'm going to bring in the moods in the play if we go to Game 3. I guess I keep this? I mean, I'm going to keep it. I'm not excited about it because, yes, I have Fury, but I don't have a black card to go with Fury. I also don't have any hand disruption, but I do have a removal spell and a Fury and a Turok. So, I mean, I think this hand's a keep, but... It's not the most exciting hand. Thoughtseize? Alright, I'm down with that. Glad I kept 7. Hand's, like, not that bad against Thoughtseize. I guess they probably take Terminate? I took Turok. Alright. I was just gonna say, here is a spot I want Ragavan. I was literally just gonna say, here is a spot where I would really like turn 1 Ragavan. Okay, that's bad. Chat? Alright, your turn. I'm soft to a Hammer on Sanctifier. I think I'm just soft to a Sanctifier, period. I don't think I can beat this card. This is where you pick up our cards. Yeah, because also my Undying Malice doesn't work because my shit gets exiled. I'll give it a couple turns. Looks like they don't have anything else. Just, like, keep making land drops. They can't block this thing. This thing has Menace. Could, like, get 2 Furies in play and start attacking them. They don't have much. They pretty much don't have anything left, so. 8-turn clock, yeah. Should this... I actually was thinking about that. Should this deck have Kozilek's Return? For Sanctifier post-board? You could play K-Return, you could play Pirate Spellbomb. I don't know which one's better, but you probably need something for Sanctifier, right? Because that card is an absolute beating for this deck. Like, the fact that it shuts off Undying Malice is so fucked up. Ghostfire? No, we're not playing Ghostfire. Yeah, Return's probably good. Stoneforge Mystic. Well, they know about the Terminate, so they can't get Cauldra. Probably just get a Hammer, maybe a Nettle Cyst. I guess that one's fine too. Because that one races. I think I have to play as such that, like, that they have the Cauldron in hand. Well, I can just untap, because if I draw land, I can just hardcast Grief. Of course not that land. You should be able to fetch, hold priority, then play the Cliffs, and then let the fetch resolve. I'm just saying. Why is that not how the rules work? I'm upset that that's not how the rules work. Could have feared Undying to erase it? No, that doesn't work. Undying Malice says whenever the creature goes to the graveyard, bring it back. This prevents that from happening. Undying Malice literally doesn't work against Sanctifier. Which is why it's so fucked up. It's like, not only can I not kill the card, it literally shuts off my entire deck. I can't kill it, and it literally just, like, you know, it's so broken against me. Alright, take 4. Is there any chance that I can win this game? Probably not, but I guess we'll play it out. You know what I think I need to draw? I need to draw HCA. I need to kill this stupid Shadow Spear, because this is what's making it hard to race. I actually might be cold regardless. Because I go to 4, draw HCA, kill this. 21, 3, 6, 9. Yeah, I think I just have no outs. I think I have no outs regardless. They take 9, go to 12. And then they go to 15. I mean, this is 15, so if they somehow get greedy and attack and I draw a removal spell... Now I need 2 removal spells. If they attack and I draw Kolaghan's Command... Oh, Kolaghan's Command is lethal. Chat. Kolaghan's Command is lethal? Oh no, because they just block. They just don't fire this up, right? Damn it, yeah. Yeah. Because they would just go to blocks. Like, if I attacked and passed priority, they would just go block here, take 9. But we died. I win this race, not through blockers. Off Rhinos, just for this week. I think Rhinos is still really good. I want to play something different. I don't play Rhinos every week, you know? Alright, so we're going to do something a little bit different on the play. I'm going to cut Pyromancer on the play. I'm going to bring in the Moons. I think I'm going to keep Ragavan on the play. I think I'm going to do something like this. Blood Moon, but not Magus. You want to bring in all the Moon effects? What do you want to cut for Magus? Do you want to cut Ragavans? I don't really want to do that. I think just Blood Moon is good enough. Like, also, now that we're on the play, we also have Grief and Thoughtseize to take the Sanctifier. I think I like Turok. Turok at least kind of gives me a shot to beat Sanctifier. This hand is awful. This hand's good if I draw a Grief or a Fury. It's got upside. I'm going to keep it. It's obviously not the best hand in the world, but it's got upside. Magus will remove because of Sentinel. Yeah. Oh. Well, hello there. That's a good draw. Always a welcome addition. What do we got? That's a pretty big hit, too, because now they don't have access to that. I'm just going to pass for now. We could save our monkey. Yeah, I can go Feign Death and then cast Hidetsugu's. Okay. Wouldn't mind drawing one of them their Blood Moon cards. Okay. I'm not going to fetch. Interesting. So I guess I start by attacking. Let's see where that goes. Let's do that. Step 1, attack. And we can decide post-combat what we want to do. if we want to go for the Hidetsugu Feign Death line. Sigarda's Aid, huh? And they're on 5 cards. I kind of want to save the Hidetsugus for after they make Saga tokens. So I think I'm just going to lead on Thoughtseize, and I guess we can get more information about what's in their hand. Then we can decide if you want to make that play. I doubt we're going to, but... Wow, they didn't get a Sanctifier? That's so good for me. Okay, so this is their hand. So if I go... Yeah, like, smashing Hidetsugu Feign Death is not even good, because they just go land, make a token, block Ragavan. Right? So I think I gotta hold it. How long am I holding it for, though, is the question. Because they're not going to play the second Sigarda's Aid. I do think I have to get more value out of this, though. I don't think I should cast it now. So I'm just going to play this tapped. Yes. I don't think this is enough value. Yep, we're going to play Shrine, pass. Honestly, I might attack, and if they block, just maybe let the trade happen. And then if they go for Hammer, then I can Sugu? But then I still don't have much left. Ah, this is so awkward. This is, like, actually not that good, right? This is such a weird spot. I'm gonna attack. I'm gonna see what they do. I'm gonna attack. I think if they don't go for the hammer, I'm just gonna let the trade happen. Because the cool thing about the trade is it might incentivize them to play the other Saga, and then I can try to, like, get full value out of the Hidetsugus, like, wait till they make 2 tokens. Okay, well, if they go for this... Now I guess I probably have to cast the Sugu. Yeah. So they have Saga, Aid, 1 unknown. I didn't think they were going to go for it. Yeah, I think I have to cast it now. Yep. I'm still not in a great spot, because they have another Saga. Yep. We need to find Kolaghan's Command. Kolaghan's Command would be an insane draw. Blackleaf Cliffs also works. Oh, I guess I could just kill the Construct. Alright, I guess I'll do that. I guess I'll just kill the Construct. And then I can fire up the dead next turn, maybe. Alright, okay, okay. So they have a Sigarda's Aid. I think we're going to get the Feign Death Hidetsugus. Oh, because we can block with it. Yeah. Oh, well, that also works too. So now we can just pass, right? So they played the Aid. Problem with passing is they have Shadow Spear. I probably shouldn't pass, right? Yeah, I shouldn't pass. I should just cast this. Passing is so greedy. It's so greedy. Yeah. They get the hammer. So, but yeah, they're just gonna go make a token, untap, make a token, get a thing. Then I'm just gonna go block Feign Death, get it back, kill your 2 tokens, dude. This. Oh my god, Hidetsugu is so fucking good. This card is so cracked. Losing to Saga tokens? No, because I just get to go block and then get this back with Feign Death. And it comes back as the Saga. Yes. Yeah, it's nuts. It's actually broken. We only have 1 aid left. Yeah, that's true. They only have 1 aid left. That's fine. I mean, they're going to keep the Paladin around, I guess, but... Oh my god, this is so cracked. This is so cracked. Did we fire up the den? I think so. I don't really care if they trade, do I? I guess they just get to block this for free, but it's 3 damage. Italian guy wants some fat clouds. Okay, that could be bad for me. Do you think I'm invisible when I blow clouds? Rakdos scam instead of Asmo scam? What's up, Spike? This deck's cracked. Have you ever cast Feigned Death on a Hidetsugu Consumes All? It's just as good as you think it is. Alright, I'm not going to fire up Den because I want to hold up Malice to do the thing. It's kind of like maybe too much of a tell by not firing up the Den there, but... Where do I go in the clouds? Contrary to popular belief, I do not go anywhere. No attacks. How do I die? If I fire up Den and just shove with everything, how do I die? They have to chump block with a creature, because it's 9 damage. So they get to go Stoneforge, eat the 1/1, and then probably Sentinel chump block the Den. Take 6, go to 3. Their board is Paladin, Stoneforge, Hammer. No, I guess they have to chump with the non-artifact creature, right? I probably should hold back a Vessel just in case. Like, if I hold this back, how do I lose? If I just hold back this plus Undying Malice, I can't lose, right? I think I'm going to hold it up. I guess the problem with that line is it doesn't force a chump block. How many hammers do they have left? They only have 1 hammer left? And the Shadow Spear's gone? I mean, I think because the Shadow Spear's gone, I can afford to do it this way. Well, I guess I would still... No, because I would still lose the double hammer, right? No, because I could just block one, take the other. Alright, I'm going to do it this way. I don't know if this is right, but... I think the only reason I'm making this line is because I know for a fact their Shadow Spear is gone. Like, if they still had Shadow Spear in their deck, then it's a different story, but... Okay. Well, now I could just Malice. They get to draw a card, but... Does this kill non-lands? Destroy each non-land permanent. Whatever, I think it's fine. This is the second time this has come up this match. Oh, man. Oh, do they have a removal spell? No. Okay. Get it back. Kill your stuff. So now they only have 1 hammer left in deck. They have no Shadow Spear, no Cauldron, because we exiled that off of the off of Ragavan. So yeah, this should be good enough. Exile all graveyards. I guess we fire up this to force a Paladin trade. And the reason I want to force a Paladin trade is because it gives them less material if they do draw the hammer. And if they chump with Memnite, it's 1 less artifact for... yeah, so they have to trade with Paladins to make sure they have Metalcrafts. Well, I guess I still lose to exactly the 4th hammer, right? Because they just have this. Yeah, I still lose to hammer. Okay, that's not hammer. Whew. Yeah, I still would have lost to hammer. But I couldn't play around it because they have enough mana to activate this twice. Wow. It's crazy how, like, how much ridiculous value I got off of, like, so many Hidetsugu Consumes All, and I still would have lost a Vidger Hammer there. Because they had one left. It's insane that I still could have lost that game, you know? Alright, round number 4. It's pretty bad versus blue-white. Yeah, it's not great against them. I will say that. Ooh. Time to scam? Time to run the scam. Just run it up. Hand's great, I keep. Classic scams. I'm not going to change anything. I already joined the challenge. Alright, I'm going to pitch... Kind of want to pitch Thoughtseize so I can run it back next turn. Like, keep the extra grief and keep the Feign Death. Or the second copy of that. Hope they don't have 2 bolts. Oh. They definitely don't have 2 bolts. I'll take Verdict Charm. Leave them with this. Take Charm. And your turn. Still think you need some kind of Path to Sanctifier. I mean, when you're on the play, you have Thoughtseize and Grief. It's not that bad, you know? Alright, question is, do we cast the other Grief? Waiting is kind of awful if they drew exactly Teferi. I might get punished for this, but I'm going to try and find a black card. I guess they could have also drawn Counterspell to counter the Grief, which is also bad, but... How do you feel about Mardu mid-range with Hidetsugu and Stoneforge? Probably okay. Alright, that's not a black card. So they have Emperor Castle XX. Man, if they counter this Grief, it's going to be really bad. Maybe I should have left them with the Verdict. Yeah, I probably should have left them with Verdicts. Okay, they didn't counter this. That's good. Okay, good. They have all lands. Can hopefully kill them before they find a spell. Spillways by Ghost. Alright, I got you. Spillways by Ghost. In the queue. I'm gonna get a basic, because if I draw Blood Moon, I would definitely like to cast Blood Moon. Do I hold that? Oh, wait, they played Misty instead of Breeding Pool. Okay, I guess they just wanted the Thin. I don't know if I'm supposed to play this Rebirth. Because I think Hardcasting Fury could come up. But it's really bad if they draw Verdicts. I'm just going to play it. I think I have to with the 2 Furies. Is this Pascal's list? No, Pascal did not have Feign Death or Undying Malice. So I wanted to play those cards. I took something very similar to what Pascal played, but not quite exactly what he played. Could have gone all in. Yeah, but, like, if I do that and they draw Verdicts... Maybe I just, like, can't play around exactly Verdicts. Because doing that would have been better if they draw Teferi. Well... kind of rewarded, sort of. Yeah. So we know they have Breeding Pool. Well, definitely glad I didn't go all in. Definitely glad I did not go all in. This is a lethal threat. Teferi. Okay. Kind of fine that they're... whatever, they would have just cast it in combat, but... They just didn't play the Breeding Pool? Hello? They just forgot to play their land? Alright, go. Kill your solid dude. Team O2 drop FNM. Oh yeah, what's up, Corey? You already know what's up. Or the last 3 matches. Hammer Time. Blue-White Urza. Hammer Time, Blue-White Urza, and I don't remember what the third one was. Doomwake wins? How did I win that game? Sheesh. All right, all the Stone Rains, just get them in. Turok and probably Voidwalker, right? Cut all the removal. Actually, Dreadbore's still good. Dude, what am I supposed to cut? Hidetsugu's? This song kind of slaps. Is there any chance I'm supposed to cut Fury and some number of, like, the Feign Death stuff? Oh yeah, we beat Rhinos. I have to cut 6 cards. Is Voidwalker not good? Maybe Voidwalker's bad. Not quite sure what to cut here. Maybe trim, like, 2 Furies, 1 of each of these. Maybe don't bring in the Magus, because that's bad against Solitude. Could try this. I think I'm down with that. I don't think we have enough room to bring in Brutality. This hand is Thoughtseize Ragavan, so I guess I keep Thoughtseize Ragavan. I'm gonna Thoughtseize first, I think. Whew, that's a really good draw. That is a really good draw. And I can even turn 3 that. Oh, I'm gonna get Veiled. God, why do these decks get to play Veil too? Every time I get Veiled. Every time, man. Every time. It just gets worse and worse. Giglio, you came at the perfect time. Right when my opponent was casting this joke of a magic card. What a heinous card. Is Veil, like, one of the most heinous cards of all time? It's gotta be up there, right? It has to be on. It has to be in top 10, for sure. Like, what an awful card design. It's so terrible. Random, the song is really good. Are they gonna dress down me? Was that what they're doing? Shouldn't they have dressed down before combat to not give it haste? I didn't know that. I don't listen to too much Ghost. Opponent, I really wanted to finish this league match before the challenge started. Opponent, please. I'm thinking about blocking with Snap, maybe. You ever listen to Polyphia? No, I haven't. Opponent! What's up? More like Dad Rock hair metal, but still good. Yeah, it's like, it's got like that, you know. It's got like a nice mix. Should have been a band from Dallas. Check out Goat by them. I'll have to check them out. Stabbing Westward? I know they have new stuff. Alright, what do we got? We have decided to cast Snapcaster Mage. Cool. Resolves. You may block. Your turn. Hammer's still really good. Okay. Um, guess I'm gonna play this. Go. Because I need triple black for next turn. I probably have to jam the Turok into Counterspell, because my hand just doesn't do anything else. Like, I'm just gonna cast my threats. I'm just gonna try to go, like, Turok into Fury, I guess. I mean, the odds of them not having a Counterspell are basically zero, but... Your honest opinion is not... Hammer's not good anymore. Well, yeah, I mean, it's more so... I think it more has to do with the metagame than losing Luris. You know what I mean? A lot of people thought that Hammer was going to be bad because of Luris, and I don't think that's necessarily the case. It might be bad because people are more prepared for it, and it's more expected, and it's just not a good metagame call, but that doesn't mean that, you know, that's going to ebb and flow as the metagame changes. Yeah. Alright, I will cast my 3/3. Your move. I might just scoop this game to try to at least play game 3 before the challenge starts. Like, I don't think we can win this game. Now, we'll just hope the dodge Sanctifier. Because I have to rent them. I don't actually own them. Alright, we're just going to go to game 3. I am done wasting time. You got 2 minutes. Let's go. Let's go. No one told me how shit the tattoo recovery process was. Yeah. Yeah, you have to, like... There's a lot of shit you gotta do. There's some, like, cream that you gotta put on it, too, right? To make sure, you know what I mean? I mean, I could change it. I just don't have the K returns. And I don't have time to rent them. Wash it lotion like twice a day, then scrubs it up, scabs up like shit, and it's all Jesus. That's a lot. I mean, it looked good from the pictures you posted in our group chat. It looked good. It looked nice. We're playing this deck in the challenge. All right, opponent, come on. Come on, opponent. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. One to 44 in the challenge. Wow, it's shot up quick. Oh, well, the match started. Who am I playing? Alright, I apologize to my opponent. I really want to finish this match. This hand's incredible. I keep. Holy shit, this hand's broken. This hand is so sick. Yeah, I know, right? There was a lot of people that got flights canceled. I heard a lot of people were having flight trouble, and I don't know if that's, like, I don't know exactly what was causing that, but... I attack you. Attack you with my Ragavan. Do we just yam this Blood Moon? I mean, they get a basic. I can't cast a fairy. I probably should play Voidwalker first. This is actually kind of close. Nah, I think I'm just going to yam the Blood Moon. Because I have a second Ragavan anyways, because, like, if I yam the Blood Moon, they fetch for basic planes and they Prismatic Ending this. But if they also fetch for planes, they can't cast Counterspell next turn, so it's like... Yeah. Right, I think this is the best opportunity to cast it when they only have access to one basic. Like Creator said, if I wait, they can get 2 basics and then have ending for this. So I think it makes more sense to cast it now. And I have the second Ragavan, which makes, like, them killing this one not that bad for me. Okay, nice Colonnade. Nice mountain. I guess they could have Snapcaster. Do I Grief pre-combat? No, I don't think so. Could Grief pre-combat to maybe get a Snapcaster, but they'll just play it in response anyways. Yeah, that's fine. I'm just gonna cast Ragavan. Free up my mana for next turn, I think. I could Grief them now in case they have a second Snapcaster, but I could also just Grief them next turn, and I want to wait in case I draw an actual swamp, because I'd rather just hardcast this. Okay, more mountains. Okay, now it's kind of awkward. I'm still going to attack into Snapcaster. Well, if they have a second Snapcaster, this could get dicey. Alright, they don't. This game should be over. Prismatic Ending, huh? I'm going to cast Grief. I think we're about to be 4-0. Veil, Counterspell, Charm. Well, I don't give a shit about Veil, so I'll just take Counterspell. So their hand is not good. Their hand is not good. So, Blood Moon Gaming. Let's hope the challenge goes this well. So how about this Blood Moon that I almost didn't cast? Remember that time where I was thinking about not casting Blood Moon? And then it won the game on the spot when it resolved? Yeah, I remember that. Alright, your turn. Game's over. 4-0. Let's go. Question is, for YouTube, are we going to 5-0 for the YouTube? Will we 5-0 for the YouTube? I hope so. This one will go on YouTube for sure. GG's. They gave us the GG's. We will give them the GG's back. Alright, 4-0. Will we 5-0? Alright, trophy match. Trophy match. Did not lose to Borrowstone Blade. I'm proud of you, Gigi. Alright, YouTube trophy match. Let's see if we can go all the way. Alright, well, we have the combo. This hand's great. I'm going to get a basic on turn 1 because I have Blood Moon in my hand. Alright. Combo time. What are we played against? Rhinos, or Living End. So, take Shardless. Malice. Take their Cascader. Or their Cycler. Ivysaur coming back with the 7 months of Tier 1. Thank you very, very much for the 7 months of support. Appreciate you. Alright, well, this game's going to come down to whether or not we draw a land for Blood Moon. I think. Because they currently only have access to 1 basic. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Alright, Breeding Pool. Will we draw land, please? Well, we're dead. We tried. We tried. Feels bad. Feels bad, man. Okay. They have Misty Otawara. And we lost. Rip. We get 4 Voidwalker for the sideboard games, though. Yeah. Alright. No need to waste time here. We're not beating that. So, let's bring in Brutality, Magoose, Voidwalker, and probably Fulminator. Question is, what the heck do we cut? I think the removal spells are bad. HCA is also cracked. Just exiles their graveyard. Actually, is HCA too slow? Because you have to play it on turn 3, and then you don't exile the graveyard until turn 4? It's probably too slow, right? Yeah, it's probably way too slow. I think Fury sucks. Fury's not great against them. I don't know if I want to cut all the Furies. Maybe Brutality's bad because it only hits Violent Outburst. Like, I think they're going to cut Force anyways. Like, this not hitting Shardless is kind of a big problem. I bring in Brutality. Mostly just here for Outburst, because I don't think they're going to keep in Force. But maybe I want to cut all the Furies and keep in, like, one Brutality. Maybe just one Fury is okay. This looks alright, right? I think I vibe with this. Maybe Pyromancer's worse than Fury. Maybe I could do, like, 3 Pyromancer, 2 Fury. I don't know, they're both pretty bad. Turok is good against Cyclers. That's just kind of not the game plan in this matchup. Like, you need to... You can't afford to draw that kind of stuff. You need to, like, always be interacting with their hand. Sugu better than Fury? I don't know if I agree with that. Like, there are some situations where you just, like, pitch a Fury preemptively towards a living end. I think I'm going to rock with this. I think let's try this. Yeah, I just want turn 2 Voidwalker. That's all. It's like the perfect one-lander, but it is a one-lander. Okay. It's a 2-lander, but I don't have a Voidwalker, and they snap kept 7. So I keep put back Fury and get leylined. I can't mulligan this hand. Yeah, of course they have leyline. Gross. Gross, gross, gross. I don't think this matchup is that bad. It's just like, our hands were not good, and... You know... Your turn. Kind of gross. I mean, if I draw a Voidwalker, I'm probably still winning. That is not a Voidwalker. Tilt. Turn 1 Fury is a fast clock. Maybe I should have kept the Fury because of that. Yeah, maybe I should have kept the Fury. Well, what was my hand at that point? Because I needed to keep a red card, so I guess I pitched the Blood Moon, and then just go Fury, pitch Pyromancer, and then Feign Death, because I didn't have either of these in my opening hand. So I would have had to put back one of the red cards, which would have been fine, I think. Yeah, that probably would have been the move. Rough beats. Rough beats, got cheesed. Sucks. We tried. Got cheesed. If you're watching on YouTube, like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.